In the wild swamp where mud and water merge and the humid wind blows through the dense forest, the hunt for the giant crocodile begins with the footsteps of male hunters in brown-green uniforms and black boots that sink deep into the soft ground. They move silently but with determination, carrying sharp spears, ropes, and years of experience facing the most dangerous creatures. The water surface is calm for just a moment, then suddenly becomes choppy as giant black shadows move below, signaling a fierce confrontation about to erupt. In the misty air, every hunter's eyes are focused on the dark swamp where the monster lurks, and the fierce journey officially begins.
New ripple alert. The hunter, a man wearing a brown-green uniform and black boots holding a rifle, notices fresh ripples signaling another giant crocodile nearby.
as the giant crocodile appeared just below the surface. The greenish-brown hunters immediately rushed into position, throwing the first spears through the muddy lagoon. Mud flew up as the giant crocodile leapt, its razor-sharp teeth biting into the air just a few feet away. Each swish of the monster's tail created white water waves that shook the boat violently, forcing the hunters to cling tightly to the sides of the boat to avoid being blown up. They coordinated rhythmically, some holding the rope, some throwing spears, some diving into the mud to change the angle of attack. Each movement required absolute precision, because just one mistake and the giant crocodile could capsize the entire boat or knock anyone into the dangerous black water.
Brace yourselves! The current's too strong!
The battle became more and more intense as many spears were pinned to the giant monster's body. But it still tried to escape with such strong spins that the mud was rolled up into clumps. The green-brown hunters had to strain their entire bodies to hold the spear rope. The veins on their hands stood out. Mud and water ran down their red faces from the pressure. Some had to jump into the mud to untwist the twisted rope. Some risked climbing onto the crocodile's back in the moment it stopped, pinning more iron hooks and then jumping out just before its body spun violently. All joined in a tense battle rhythm. The sound of panting. The sound of the rope being stretched. The sound of the spear hitting the hard scales resounded continuously, creating a scene that was both fierce and suffocating.
I've got you now! Stop moving!
When the giant crocodile finally lost its strength, its body shaking violently and falling to the mud, the green-brown hunters were able to loosen the rope. Breathing heavily but their eyes always alert, the mud and water flowed in streams over its thick scales, and the spears stuck deep all over its body like the marks of the battle that had just happened. The swamp returned to silence. Only the sound of the wind blowing through the weeds and the dripping of the taut ropes that had just been released. The victory did not come from luck but from the courage, experience and persistent cooperation of the hunters in green-brown uniforms. And that hunt for the giant crocodile would forever be a testament to the strength, determination and fierceness of the wild world they faced every day.